what people do when they start preparing for the CAT is that they start preparing the generic chapters and start covering portion, etc. My perspective is a little bit different in this context. That rather than doing generic preparation, when you specifically in 120-day, 150-day period, if you're of course preparing for 400 days, 300 days odd, so then you can actually go through the generic preparation for 4-5 months before you start fine tuning. But when you're preparing for 120 days, 150 days, the most important component is to understand the fact that you have to have preparation tailor-made to an end goal. So you have to start with an end point in perspective or in clear focus. So what I tell students to do, and my advice to everybody who wants to listen to me, is that you first define what you want to do in each section. I mean, overall, first of all, you define what you want to score in the CAT. So as you know, CAT is a very score-oriented paper. If you score a certain number of marks, you'll get a percentile. So the current numbers for 99 percentile varies between 85 to 100. So I'm just giving an indicative logic here. But if I'm planning to get 99 percentile in the CAT, if that is my objective or that's my goal, so then I have to learn how to score. I mean, the problem I'm trying to solve and through my preparation. And the preparation has to be a problem-solving approach. It is not like acha bacha isliye padhai kar raha hu. You have to try to solve the problem. How do you to teach yourself to score 90 marks, 95 marks in the exam, right? So maybe 100 marks in the exam. So you start with that target, and then that target will devolve into 3 sub-targets, which means the sectional targets. So right at the start of your preparation, within the first week of your preparation, you should know what numbers you are aiming for in each of the sections. So what is my aim in quants? What is my aim in data interpretation, logical reasoning? What's my aim in verbal ability, reading comprehension? So for instance, if I start with a 100 target and my breakdown is 30, I want to score 40 in verbal, 30 in DILR and 30 in quants. My strategy of preparation of the 3 sections will be very different from if I have a target of, let's say, 30 in verbal and 25 in DILR and 45 in quants. So preparing for 45 in quants has a different track process, has a different track that you need to pick up versus if you're trying to score 30 in that section. So you have to have this design in shape before you define your preparation structure. And then, of course, in quants, the process continues. We'll talk about section-wise also, obviously, in this interview. But in quants, the process continues. I mean, starts off, of course, with the chapters, but to what depth do you go with? How many chapters do you go into deep depth? Whether you do the LOD3 questions or not? How many questions you need to cover in each topic? This will vary depending on what your targets are, right? So that's my main differential over what everybody else is doing. So portion coverage has to happen. Due diligence of every question type has to happen, but it has to happen with a target in mind.